Boys and girls, it is the first day of school 2021. Back to school. Whatever keywords can we throw in at the start? Back to school, first day of school. School begins. Andy went back to school today. It is the first day of term. That's another one we can use.
Okay.
And as you can tell by how giddy and excited I am, we know as part of this intro that he's already gone. He's gone back to school. It was a little touch and go briefly. We'll tell you through. Do you know what? Should we take you through the story? We got up early this morning. These 7 o'clock starts are going to be unpleasant, especially as I was still streaming until like 11:30 last night playing Minecraft. We did beat the weather though. That's the important thing. But we got him up at 7. As you'll know, he's getting the bus to school for the first time since we've lived in this house. He always used to get the bus where we were living before, so he's very used to getting a bus to school. But ever since he's been at this school, since like May time, we've always driven him there and back. So he's kind of got used to the routine, not only of us driving him in, which he'd never really had before, and I think quite liked because it's so quick and direct and no faffing about, and he can have his phone with him. So he likes the process of being driven in, but also driving him in meant that he was able to leave really late and get home really early. So
and have a phone.
I said that before.
Oh.
So yeah, he'd got used to the idea of leaving for school at 9 o'clock in the morning and then being back here by 2:30. And again, it was very different from what he was used to before, which was being picked up probably about 8:15 and being back around 3:30, 4 o'clock-ish, somewhere in that kind of range, usually nearer 3:30 than 4. But yeah, he's been used for many, many years to a longer day and bus transport, but he's not done it recently. He left that school back in October, had that long time living here with no school at all, and since he's been here, he's been on Easy Street when it came to school. So we've been preparing him all summer for the fact he was going back to school today and his new class and all that kind of stuff. But the one thing we couldn't prepare him for was transport, because we didn't get the details through until Saturday, I think it was. They came
Friday,
through.
Saturday,
Yeah, and we made the video at the time. If you want to go and see the video of all the details, I'll link to that down below, and that was a few days ago. But the big challenge we were having wasn't necessarily the idea of going on the bus. He was pretty comfortable with the idea of a bus from the word go, wasn't he? It was the idea that it was 8 o'clock rather than 9 o'clock. And every time we would say it to him, it would be 9 o'clock. No, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, because he's got used to leaving a little bit later, and he's a typical grumpy teenager who likes to get up late and lays around and do his own thing. So we got up this morning, 7 o'clock, as usual. He, I know while I was downstairs making his breakfast and you were doing his headspace meditation stuff with him, I think it was after he'd finished that, I heard a little bit of a 9 o'clock, I'm tired, or words to that effect. He was trying to push the whole, didn't want to get up at 7, didn't want to leave for 8. But eventually, through a little bit of gentle persuasion, without having to threaten him with taking his stuff away or anything like that, just generally reminding him that we've been preparing him for this for 6 weeks, he did come down, have his breakfast, was fine, got dressed, went back upstairs for a bit until we got to 5 to 8. 5 to 8, we brought him down, got his shoes on, got his coat ready, his bags packed. 8 o'clock, he's sat there on his chair, ready to go.
No phone.
Yeah, no phone, because he knew he wasn't going to take his phone. Ready to go, and nothing happened. And then it was 8:01, and I'm looking at my watch thinking, well, he knows what time it is too. And he's getting a little bit already. Well, I was told 8.
Even though he doesn't have a watch,
yeah,
he has an internal clock.
I was told 8 o'clock. It's now 2 minutes past, and I'm still here. What's going on? It got to 3 minutes past, and I think it was at 3 minutes past that I tweeted out this tweet that I'll put on screen now. Effectively, I could sense the atmosphere in the room was starting to change.
To here, didn't he?
Yeah, he was starting to get. If there's one thing he hates doing, it's waiting, and he'd kind of psyched himself up with the idea that he was going to do it, and then the moment where he was ready to do it was starting to pass, and we weren't saying anything, because the last thing he'd want to do is draw his attention to how he's feeling, because he might not know yet. So we kind of keeping it to ourselves, but we could both kind of sense that it was getting close to going off the rails. I think if it had gone on another few minutes, that's when we get the whole, right, Andy, bus is here, off we go. And then we get the, no. And he leans back and says no and shakes his head. And at that point, it's like, okay, yeah, that moment's passed. We're not getting that back. And it's pretty much a write-off for the day from then, because at that point, he'll run off upstairs and take off all his clothes and you're done. You're not getting him back from that usually. But luckily, it did arrive probably about 5 or 6 minutes past, I would say. We noticed an orange shape appear behind the door. They didn't ring the doorbell, did they? I think they...
No, we had this.
Yeah, Dave ran to the door. I think they lifted the letterbox up and flapped it down. Dave ran to the door and there's an orange shape there, so we had to hide Dave outside. Well, not hide him, but put him outside so he didn't get involved. Open the door up to a high-vis jacket, and then I think the thing that saved the entire thing was, this is a bus. This is not a minibus. This is a bus with the proper door and the little steps to go up, and yeah, as soon as he saw it, he was like, oh, well, father, you didn't inform me that this was going to be a bus. I thought it was just going to be a poxy little taxi or a little minibus school situation again, but this is a bus. I mean, it wasn't like a full-size bus, but I would say probably a half-size bus.
It had all the distinctive features of a bus.
Yeah, it had the driver in their own little cabin area. It had the steps to go up. It had the door. It had the rows of bus seats.
And lights on the floor.
Yeah, it was a bus. And as soon as he saw it was a bus, it was like, well, yeah, I'm going on this. Like, look at this. Completely empty as well. He must be the first one on the route, which I guess explains...
Four of them altogether.
Yeah, I mean, that explains why he's being picked up at 8 when he doesn't start school until 9 and we only live 15 minutes away from school. So we don't know how that's gone or how that's going. It should have gone by now.
Well, I've not had a phone call.
Yeah, so we don't know how happy he was not going directly there, because again, obviously he's used to it being a 15-minute trip. He knows the route. It's literally 2 roads. We go boom, boom, and then we're there. And he knows that route and he could do that route. So I'm not sure. I mean, it'd be interesting to hear how he responded to them going off in different directions and picking up other kids. But he knew there was other kids going to be on there. So fingers crossed. I mean, he's used to going a roundabout route on the bus to his old school, although he would often be the last pickup for his old school because they knew how much he couldn't stand the waiting and rearrange things to make sure he was the last pickup. So again, stuff like that, they might work on. If that area of it's gone really badly, we'll find out later. We'll let you know later in the video. I'm sure we'll find out later today how he's coped with being presumably the first pickup in the morning and the last pickup in the evening, because the letter said he was going to be back at 4. And again, school finishes at 3. So for it to take an hour to get him back here, they are going a roundabout route. But yeah, he went, he got on, he seems fine. We've not heard from school yet, which it's now 9:30.
Didn't even wave.
No, he didn't even, we stood there waving at the door, the PA lady's waving back and he's just looking out the window on the other side. Not at all interested. Yeah. But yeah, fingers crossed when we give you the end of day recap, it'll all be positive. The fact we've not heard from school is a positive thing. If it had all gone completely wrong, they'd have contacted us and let us know, but we've had no phone calls, no emails, and he should have, I mean, he left an hour and a half ago, so I'm assuming it went well, which means we now have our first day without Andy for 6 weeks. So we're going to do on our first day...
That's a lie.
Okay, we went to the wedding, yeah. Our first day at home without Andy in 6 weeks. And we're going to use that day to do exactly what we did on our last day without Andy before the 6 weeks summer holidays. And that is, we're going to go to B&M. I have to go and do some work first. I've got some videos to make, but this afternoon we're going to head to B&M. Anna's going to buy me some wrestlers. I think that's
I'm not buying wrestlers. Andy needs face masks for the bus.
So we're going to get me some wrestlers at B&M. We've got to pick up our shopping from Tesco as well, because I went on there last night to book a Tesco delivery, and Brexit food shortages again. The first delivery slot I could get on Wednesday night was for Saturday evening between 9 and 10 p.m.
Oh, God.
So I was not taking that. So we're collecting our shopping today. And then, like I say, he should be back by 4 o'clock, and we'll then let you know how he got on. work time. Tell you what, boys and girls, you don't realise how much extra time you get from them getting the transport until that first day when you really feel it. It's 2:15. This is the time last year we were picking him up from school, and we've just got out. We're going to B&M because Anna's going to buy me some wrestlers. Then we're going to go and pick up our shopping. We've got to go to Aldi. We haven't got to be home until 4. We'll probably aim to be home for like 3:30, just in case he's early. But I've got all my work done for the day before getting him, because I could start work at 8 or 8:30ish. This is awesome. Boys and girls, the excitement keeps on getting exciting. We found Dr Pepper in cans, which we haven't been able to find for ages for Andy. They don't seem to do this at Tesco anymore, so that's his morning drink sorted again. But even better than that, that's not the exciting thing. The exciting thing is that place is full of Halloween stuff and full of Christmas stuff. It is back to school day 1, and already the exciting upcoming stuff is in there. Anna was being mean. Don't know where she is. She wouldn't let me buy Christmas things and stuff. Next time. Anna is insisting that I look for a single one of these for Andy, but I think the fact they've got a double Minecraft duvet set is perfect.
No.
Can we have it?
No.
3:41. We heard the beep beep as they drove past. Apparently they beep beep. I did hear the beep this morning, did you?
No.
I heard a beep this morning and thought, they are surely not beeping. But I guess it must be them. They beep. Beep beep. 3:41, Anna trotted out there. I was sat in my office, so I only kind of half heard it. Would you like to tell us what has gone on?
Had a great time.
Is that all the information you have? Didn't you have an email before or something?
I was over.
Oh my word, what did the bus lady say to you?
I was just exchanging numbers.
Okay.
And that he needs to be careful because he keeps missing. There's like a step.
Yeah, when he gets off the bus, because it's the steps to get off the bus, he...
No, a step like you're on the flat bit.
Yeah.
There's a slight step and he keeps missing it.
Okay. The email we got from school was Andy got off the bus, came straight into class this morning. He also got on the bus well this afternoon. He's completed all tasks given to him today. He's had a fantastic day, and he needs some more crisps because he ate all the crisps. We sent him with a loaf of bread, a pack of Flora,
two packs of breakaways.
2 packs of breakaways and a 6-pack of crisps, and he's still managed to run out of food. I'm assuming he hasn't eaten the entire loaf of bread, but he sounds like he's eaten well there. We still haven't quite decided what we're going to do about dinner time. We're going to see what he does now, because if he's in the kitchen in a few minutes trying to eat, and I think we'll probably just give him his dinner, because if he eats a whole load of crisps at 4 o'clock, he's not going to eat his dinner at 5 o'clock, and then he'll be in there at 9 o'clock trying to eat because he'll be hungry because he didn't have dinner.
And now we've just realised that we've not no fish fingers.
No, they didn't have fish fingers in the shopping. We've got some here still.
Oh, okay.
So we're all right for a few days. We'll just have to get some from a different shop because Brexit food shortages, hooray! Which seems to really be affecting all the gluten-free stuff. Anna has no milk, no yogurts, no something else. There's a few other bits she wanted that haven't got any of Anna's weird stuff, so she's going to have to just eat non-hipster food.
I cannot eat non-hipster food that you...
But anyway, back on topic. Yeah, he's had a really good day. He seems really cheerful when he got back. He followed
the bus.
Yeah, he bounded off the bus. When you exchange phone numbers, I did hear him calling that the ticket for the bus. So he thinks he's had a ticket to go on the bus. He just loves it because it's a bus. I heard him say bus again tomorrow. So he is well up, just because it's a proper bus, he is well up for it. I mean, if we'd have known this was the solution 6 years ago, how different things might have been. I might still be a teacher now if they'd have just sent a proper bus all that time ago. But yeah, he seems to really enjoy the fact that it's a proper bus. He followed it down the street, watched it leave. Just the fact that it's a bus has clearly put him in a great mood for the entire day, and he's come home, seems really happy. Got up to his room to decompress now. So
I won't see him now.
Yeah, we'll check in again a little bit later on, just to let you know how the evening's gone, how tired he is, how dinner goes and all that kind of stuff. But it's looking like first day back at school has been the least eventful one he's ever had, I think.
Which is good.
Which is awesome, yeah. Well, in the end, I forgot to record another clip yesterday, mainly because it was so uneventful. He just was absolutely fine. Had dinner, watched his normal programmes, did his normal evening routines until bedtime, did bedtime as normal, and then he's got up this morning and done it all again. Easy to get up at 7, breakfast done. The bus arrived, they toot their horn, he's straight out there, he pretends to give them a ticket. He actually went up to the driver and said, "Can I have a ticket, please?" And they pretended to give him a ticket, and he's happy with that, and he goes and sits down. He loves this bus. Long may it continue. we're actually going to be back tomorrow with another vlog too, because we're going somewhere exciting later today. So for the first time since Vader, see you again tomorrow.